away. Oh, what a cracking day. I can't guarantee that this one's going to be a short one. Those of you that want the match report, but the short one, you should be either on my Facebook page or you might be on the LMS group, but that's probably just for the team. But I would assume if you're watching this, your friends will be on Facebook, and if you want the short one, you would have seen the short little match report from www.snapsportingmemories.com. So go there, enjoy that, and that's it. I'm now going to probably waffle for, I don't know. I say this, and then I'll probably fucking finish in 5 minutes. But today was a hell of a day. It's a day that we weren't 100% sure we were going to get on. No one really discussed it, but I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and they were talking about sort of late morning showers. Now, I don't know if late morning means 9:20 when we started, because I mean morning starts about what 6:30 when the sun comes up. So late morning could be 9:20. So I could have driven all the way to Sydney and not got a game. Looks like I think we're starting to rain a little bit when we left. 12ish I think we left because the game was still going. The next game was still going. And they were going okay. We had a little bit of a sprinkle, but there's nothing major. So I'm hoping they got through and thinking. But so, you know, I could have just said under cloudy skies we may not have got on, but we did. Now, before I go on to the game, which was a cracking game and it was so much fun, let me. I've got to tell you something. It's fucking hilarious. So I'm fortunate enough that I get to play with both of my sons in cricket. As you all know, recently I've been able to start playing with Nick, and then that's great. I played with Jake. He was a junior. I came in to see when he started playing seniors. I came in to seniors, so I've been playing with him for a while. We don't always get to bat together, and I mean, because Jake's a lot better a batsman than I am, and I'm generally a number 11, but in LMS it's number 8. But LMS being the kind of game that it is, you've only got eight players, so you've kind of got to balance your big hitters. So with our big hitters, we obviously open with Mick as the skipper and the seasoned destroyer of bowling attacks, and we've got Mordo, who is the next level in terms of seniority, destroyer of bowling attacks, coming in I think 4 you're in at Mordo. 3. I think I've got that right. And then we've got Jake, who's also a destroyer of attacks, coming in at 6. Because Jake comes in at 6, I come in at 7. In LMS, we sometimes get the bat together. And today was one of those days. I think we did last time too, actually, which was great. And I'll get onto that because there was all sorts of shit happening through today's game. It was a great game. It was so much fun. And I know I've said that, but I'm still buzzing from the game. Despite the fact, and if you've watched the thing or you were there or whatever, the fact it was a tie. We didn't win it. We didn't lose it. It was a tie in the end, but it was just a good game. But my point about getting to play with your kids, and I'm sure plenty of you out there, because I know quite a few of my friends are playing various sports with their kids, and or even if they're not sports, even just hanging out with your kids doing stuff. So I get home today and I get a message from Jake. So it takes me a little bit to get home. It took me hour and a half, whatever, to go from the ground to go and pick up our youngest from her boyfriend's house at Castle Hill or Glenhaven before I come back up the coast. So it was maybe a good hour and a half since I left the game to get home. I get home to 2 messages from Jake. First one, it was really good to play with you today. I had a great time. You're becoming my favourite cricketer. Oh, the heart goes out. I'm fucking doing the full Olympic Eurovision fucking, everyone does that heart thing these days. I was doing that. I was, that's nice of him. And then he reminds me of how stupid kids are. Not saying Jake's stupid. All kids are stupid. Which means my mum says I'm stupid and she's 100% right. So it's not necessarily a shot at Jake, it's a shot at humanity. But he follows it up with, I think I need to come up with my own nickname. I'm thinking Rubik's Cube because I'm hard to figure out. I lost my shit. I thought it was the fucking funniest thing I've ever heard. Apparently, he's tired of being called little snapper or like baby fish or some shit. Personally, I'm going to start calling him Guppy just to piss him off. Guppy or fish finger, but not Rubik's Cube. I told him he's not allowed to trick his own nickname. People have to pick it for him. So it is what it is. But I promised him I wouldn't put this on the video, but I did because it's fucking hilarious. I'm sure you're all laughing as much as I am. Anyway, that was the end of my day. I got home to get, well, it wasn't the end of my day. I mean, I came home and, you know, if you're on Facebook, you know, I made pockets and scones and a whole bunch of stuff because I got home and just could. It was fun. Enjoyed that. But the cricket, we played at a 9:20 game today. I think we've had a lot of early ones. We did maybe earlier in the season when it was still quite warm, still summerish. Today was a bit of rain around. It was a little bit cooler. It wasn't too bad. I didn't wear a jumper or anything. It was a little bit wet, but the ball held up. So we've had wetter days, but got away to the 9:20 start against our good friends Kisso Collapso. So Kissing Point, we've got quite a few friends play for us. Mordo, we crossed over with the Masters and the Classics because a lot of them don't have Masters. They don't have Masters and Classics sides. So we've got the likes of Mordo, Brett, our mate, and I'm not sure if there's any others. Those two guys come from Kisso, and plus we all know, like, you know, Brett's son Jaden. Mick plays with him a lot in the LMS reps because Jaden's like a cracking cricketer, and Mick's a cracking cricketer. So we kind of have a bit of a crossover with Kisso. So there's always the rivalry. They've got two teams. They've got a Div 1 level side, which is called Kisso Collapso, and then their Div 2 side is Kisso Collapso, which is, I don't know, they found it funny. I find it hard to keep up with. But anyway, so we played Kisso Collapso today, the second side. Of course, sorry, James. I'm not sure if you watched this. Their opening batsman, James Macon, or as his nickname on his shirt says, because you don't pick your own nicknames, Jamaican. James opens the batting for them. James has also played for us in, I think, Classics. I don't think Masters. So yeah, so there's a few guys to play for him. So we, I think there was some discussions. We got there a little bit early. We were all walking around the outside at the field, have a look at how wet it was, and we all went, okay, yeah, it's just, you know, LMS field. It's damp and whatever, but that's what we play a winter comp. We expect that. I didn't really pay attention to what the discussion was around what we're going to do if we won the toss, because, you know, I'm a bowler. I just preferred to just bowl. Apparently, some discussion around us batting. Jake was sent in to do the toss. Jake won the toss, and Jake said, "Let's have a bowl." I don't think anyone told him we were supposed to bat. I didn't realise we were supposed to bat till after that either. But, you know, we tend to bowl first. So we did. We bowled first. And we bowled really, really well. I mean, there's probably a few runs towards the back end. It doesn't really, on the scorecard, it's not going to tell me that unless I went like deep down into it. But everyone bowled well. So we welcomed Ken McLeod, the Highlander, for his, I think it's your second game, Ken. And obviously we had Ken and Mordo, the seasoned professional, opening the bowling, setting the tone. Both of those guys bowled fantastic. Mordo only bowled three because he split the webbing in his hand, because he normally bowls a couple up front and a couple at the death. So bowled two up front, one at the back, but then split the webbing in his hand. Attempting a catch, let's just say that, Mordo. You took one really, really good catch today, the one off my bowling, and there were several other ones that didn't go as planned, but that's not the GO for Mordo. So we have good days, we have bad days. But yeah, split the webbing in his hand, so couldn't bowl his fourth over. So Jake come on to bowl that. I'll tell you about that in a second. Ken 1 for 27 from 4 overs, so 6.75 and over. Those of you that watch this regularly, which is all the people that I play with, know that in LMS, if you can go for under sort of 9s or 10s and over, you're in good stead. So Of that, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bowls today. All of them went under 10, and AJ was only 10.5, so it wasn't like he was smashed out of the park. And having said that, AJ's had some good bowling knocks recently too, so nothing to sneeze at on this one. Yeah, so the Highlander opened the bowling with Mordo. He ended up with 1 for 27 from 4 overs, so 6.75, cracking bowling. Mordo none for 19, 3 overs, 6.3. Again, just not going for runs. I think it must have been Stan and AJ who then came on first change. Stan, none for 13 from 2, 6.5 and over. Again, couldn't give it away. AJ, none for 21, 10.5, but that's, again, nothing to be sneezed at. He's bowling well. Then I'm pretty sure I came on with VB and sort of Jake. I'd done bowling my 4 overs. I'm coming out all right today, so got rewarded. I took 1 for 20 from 4, so 5 and over. I'll take that. If you watch my match report from the first game this season, my left arm was all like limp and stupid. I've now got that correct. I'm getting the arm up, get my eyes forward. There was some games, and I'm not. Again, you all know I took up cricket late, so I'm not somebody who's rhythmically. I'm not like a JR or a Can or who else we got opening bowling. We've got other opening bowlers all quick who've got just these natural rhythm, this great bowling rhythm. I sit there and look at these guys and go, wow. Cameron's coming off a few less steps today, but that's because it was wet and whatever, and it was LMS. But even so, he was still getting it down. It was just looks good. I'm never going to be one of those bowlers. I'm going to be a bowler who's always going, okay, that one went down the offside, didn't hit the pitch, and it's a fucking free hit. What did I do wrong? That one's gone down the leg sides. And I'm always going to be trying to recorrect and work out what I'm doing. Towards the back of the season, I realised I was getting lazy. I wasn't getting my left arm up and hitting the sky. Last week, when I played for Spirit 1 on the Sunday, I was bowling too short the first over, and I realised I was looking where I want to land rather than looking up a bit beyond that. Just you make those corrections. So I have days where they feel great. And I've been pumped for 4 sixes and I'm getting smashed. And just go, what the fuck? I hate cricket. Cricket's a shit game. Then I have other days where I don't know my left leg from my right leg. I don't know how I get to the crease and bowl the ball down there. And I'll take, I don't know, 2 for 10. What the hell? So you have days where you feel good and the results are shit. You have days where you feel shit and the results are good. Today was one of those days where it felt like everything I've been doing recently came out well, and it felt like I got the results for it. 1 for 20. I only went for 1 boundary in the whole 4 overs, and that was, I think that last over went for about 7 runs. So at one point I was like 1 for about 13. And the only 4 the guy hit was a cracking shot. It was a slower ball, it was full, and he's just drilled it straight past me. It was can't complain about that in LMS. You're going to get hit, and if I didn't get hit for any sixes, only go for 1-4. I'll take that. One guy tried to go after me. He was dropped out in the boundary. He was then skied one and I was running, trying to catch as the caught bowls up and going away from me. I didn't quite get to it. So he owed me 2 beers at that point because he had 2 chances, and then he was caught in the third attempt. So he kept trying to go after me, and I got him. So, and Tomorrow, that was a cracking catch, mate. Cow corner's hard to field at in the wet and the orange balls and stuff. And you've been hitting the thumb a couple of times recently. So I know you said to me, "Oh, give me both barrels." No, mate. No one means to drop them. And when you've got injuries and its conditions are against you, it's hard to catch. So yeah, it's a good day, as I said. Yeah, I think I've been through the bowling because I've VB done for 12 from 2. VB bowled brilliantly, only went for 6 and over. Oh, and the pick of the day. This is where we should get to because you'll get really cranky if I don't. Bullfed Jake, 3 for 22 from 3. I think his last over was probably his bigger one, but I think, yeah, Jake came on and bowled the 20th over, so because of Mordo's hand. So it's tough bowling that last over in LMS. So he probably went for, I'm going to say 12 from that last over. So he would have had 3 for 10 from 2 overs prior to that. And had a couple of drop catches or catches not go to hand. Jake could have very easily had a fifer today. LMS, I think they celebrate the threefers. If you go to their website, it tells you how many threefers you got. I've never had one. So like a fifer is incredibly rare. So Jake really could have come up with a fifer today. Bowled that well. So 3 for 22 from 3, 7.33 and over. And no surprise he was man of the match. I may forget to mention that after the batting. So yeah, Jake man of the match because he between his and there was a run out too. The last ball, he flinged it in. Mick, it was a little bit high, but Mick's caught it. It was still a good straight flat throw. Ran out in the last ball, so I don't know who that goes to. Doesn't tell me on the thing. So I think Jake did have some fielding points, so it must go to him. Yeah, they made 136. I actually thought he said 126, but I must have misheard. 136 was probably, I reckon we bowled better than that. When I say like nobody's gone for anything, 130, yeah, well, recently we've gone for about 150, 160, so 130 odd. Take it. I mean, should be chaseable, but it's LMS. So we come into bat. So that was exciting. So yeah, so what did I say? Jake took a 3 for us. That was like we bowled well. It was exciting. We fielded well. We bowled well. We kept him to 136. So that was kind of exciting. Anyway, I walked off the field going, we did really well. I was really pleased. But these run chasers can be tricky if you don't get them right. Poor VB. VB opens the batting with Mick. And the first ball is a full tosser. It's about his head height as it's halfway down the wicket, and then it drops, and then it drops, and then it drops. And it went straight through him and took the stumps out. Just like, I mean, how do you fucking play that unless you just block it? Like, no one's expecting that first ball. So poor VB got bowled by a giant looping, let's call it a donkey drop. You know, remember the old donkey drops? That's what I reckon it was. It was a donkey drop. I think VB, you should be. I think your bad luck's gone. I was at home last week when you guys played at Pierce. It was on TV, and I watched VB bowling, and VB was bowling some really good balls and just getting smashed. And I'm sitting there going, "That's a cracker ball." It's like swinging in middle stump, and the guys are going bang. No luck for a couple of weeks. Or it'll come back, VB. I think your problem today was you turned up too early. You need to turn up right on the start of the game to freak us all out rather than turning up 20 minutes before the game starts. Yeah, so back foot pretty early. First ball duck to the opener. We went, okay, well, we're down to 7. Skipper Mick got stuck in as he does, hit a great, beautiful monster 6. Then didn't quite get onto the next one, caught on the boundary by Jamaican. If you're going to hit at anybody, probably not Jamaican. He's got good hands. Down where Mordo was dropping him. Sorry, Mordo. Couldn't help myself. Yeah, so Mick didn't quite get hold of it. 16 from 13, so still got us off to a good start. So that's brought. Oh yeah, so AJ came in at 3, and AJ, who's been in such good form lately, 30 from 38, did his thing. Turned it over, kept the score ticking along, didn't sacrifice wickets. Mordo came in when Mick got out, and Mordo's, and I spoke earlier, Mordo's like our next hitter in line. We kind of stagger them. Mordo's same, probably similar to Mick. Monster 6 off 3 balls. Just put this guy into the stratosphere. It's one of the biggest things. Well, I don't know if it's one of the biggest 6s I've seen, but it just looked big. Unfortunately, the next one it's a Jamaican as well. Both of them caught it cow. Didn't quite get hold of it. So we kind of lost our big hitters. So at that point, we had VB out for 0, Mick for 16, Mordo for 6. So this scorecard doesn't give me the thingy, but you're guessing 3 for 30 odd, chasing 130. So that was a concern. Our depth was shown though. Well, we do have good depth at times. And I mean, look, I was going to say Castle Hill, but I think every cricket side I've ever played for, so I think it's just normal. Most cricket sides can have a collapse. You've got it in you. But we've not traditionally had a huge amount of depth, especially in LMS. So, yeah, so we showed our depth today. So AJ, 3, kept going, 3 from 38, stayed there, did his job. And Stan came out and joined him. And Stan, brilliant, 47 from 32, 4s and 3 6s. Old Stan, three runs out of getting in the bank. So close. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered in the end because we didn't get bowled out. But Stan brought us back. I think at one point we're looking at it. I think we needed about 60 from about 30 balls. So 60 from 5 overs. 6 overs because it's 5 balls and over. Yeah, but Stan, those 6s and 4s accelerated and got us back on close to par. We didn't quite ever get to the point of needing a run of ball. Well, maybe we did right at the very end. I don't know. But Stan unfortunately got caught on 47, and that brought Jake in. I think that brought Jake in. Yeah, Jake in with because I went to square leg, so Jake came in with AJ and said about next big hitter. So what have we got? We've got Mick at 2, Mordo at 4, and Jake at 6. So there's your big hitters staggered. Another cracking innings from Jake off the back of his 50 last week, 31 off 14, 5 4s and a 6, striking at 221.43. I was going to say I was standing at square leg. I wasn't for most of it. A lot of that I was actually batting with him. So AJ, obviously trying to move the run rate along, got out. I'm trying to work out what the run rate was when I came in. I think we had about 3 overs and we still needed 30 or something like that. But anyway, so I'm just trying to work with Jake and just trying to turn the strike over and get Jake on strike to go. He's the big hitter. If I get hold of one, they tend to pull just short of the boundary because I'm old and can't bat. But I didn't want to get out, so I need to turn it over. They had a guy who was bowling right arm around the wicket, which I normally go, yeah, great. You're not getting me LBW. So if you drop it short, I'm going to pump you because I can just step into it and swing. And if I miss it, I get in the pads. But I think that, I don't know, I felt a bit, well, he was swinging them away and I missed a couple. So and it was 4 off 8. So my strike rate was only 50. So that concerns me. I would like to have been closer to 100. So I didn't turn over as much as I wanted to. But we got there. So we get to the last over and we needed 13 for the win off the last over. I made sure I didn't. Oh yeah, because I was on strike for the last ball of the previous over. We still had Ken sitting at square leg ready to come in. So to me, that was a free hit. So I had a big swing and missed it. But again, the guy was swinging them away from me. I didn't know how. I still don't know how to play. I think I got a couple where I sort of rocked back and just got an edge on him and pushed him down here. But but he's coming from around and he's swinging them like away, and I couldn't get, because I'm not very good. I didn't need to be in a position at that point when we were trying to catch quick runs with a guy. I couldn't figure out how to fucking hit him. A lot of times they'd come in around the wicket. I'll just step out and smack them. Like just step out and swing, and what happens. I did get hold of. I think one of the later ones I managed to get a non-edge single. Actually got a decent single because I just walked down the wicket at him, and as soon as I saw him look at me, his length was fucked at that point. So maybe I could have done that earlier, but who knows. Anyway. I didn't get out. I turned the strike over. Got Jake on strike. 13 needed off the last over. Oh, I've got to set the scene for this. Yeah. If you weren't there and you're still watching, kudos. I'm going to try and tell it how it was. I just got to remember the stroke. I can't remember the strokes. I think I do. 13 needed off the last over to win. First ball. Pretty sure Jake's pulled it for 4. Comments, if I remember these wrong, please let me know because I was kind of in a moment out there at the time. Battle with my son. We need this thing. I've got him on strike because I didn't run off the last ball of the previous over. I just had a swing, and if I hit it, I hit it. If I didn't, I didn't, and I didn't. Because it was kind of a free hit. If I got out, then Ken comes in and Jake's still back on strike, so it didn't matter. First ball, pulls it for 4. Oh my god. Next ball, great ball, full ball, couldn't do anything with it. Next ball, I'm pretty sure he's pumped straight through covers, just drilled it. up under the soccer goalpost in the next field. So there's eight, 5 left, 2 balls. Next ball, dot ball. He swung it and it's just sort of blop. So we need 5 off the last ball for the win. Guys bowled it. I'm pretty sure Jake's got a thick edge. It's run down behind the keeper. So we've bolted for 1. We've bolted for back. For the second, I, not thinking, just ran through thinking we're done. So I've kind of run back past the umpire. Hindsight, like I've never been in a situation before. Hindsight says, just put your bat down and get ready to go again. Brain time goes, you've run, just run it through, it's done. Anywho, they had a shot at the stumps and missed, and it went up past the non-striker's end. So Jake's going, yeah, again. So Turner got back, managed to get down. I think they had another shot at the stumps. I can't remember now because it was all chaos. So I've run down again. And at that point, the ball's just beyond the stumps. I mean, it's 10 metres and there's a few people converging. And I've run through again. Hindsight, that tied it up. Hindsight, I should have just touched down and turned because Jake was already halfway down the wicket, ready to get back up. So he might have made it and we had to throw it the other end. We might have got home running 5. Having said that, I just run 4, so I was ready to call the portable defibrillator out. and just shit going everywhere. In the end, we made the 4, tied the game. A game that I thought we were a long way behind for quite a while. But thanks to sort of, I guess, as I said, the depth in our thing, AJ holding the end up, Stan going, Jake going. So look at between Jake and Stan, it's at 78 from 44. That brings it right back. So, yeah, they're all cranky and going, what are you guys upset about? It was a fucking great game of cricket. Yeah, I know we snatched a tie out of the jaws of defeat and they gave themselves, but they lost a game that they probably should have won. But still, it was fun. The battle in the sun and extreme pressure at the end. I mean, I fucked it up. I could have run an extra run, but I'll tell you, we didn't lose. We tied it. So that's it. It was a ball. Had a great time. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I'm not sure how long this goes. It's not this new thing, but I'm now recording this thing, but it just tells me the time, and it just goes up. But actually, so it's currently 6:06 p.m. So it says 18:06, and it's just counting up with like the hundredth of a second. It doesn't tell me how long I've actually recorded the video for. So unless I took note of what time it was when I started, which I don't, I don't know how long this one is. I don't know, let's say 10, 15 minutes? Who knows? Not an hour like I've done in the past, although I'm still talking, so who knows? Great day. I had a ball. Weather looks like it's clearing up a little bit, so hopefully I'll get on and have a run with Nick tomorrow as well, which will be awesome fun. Just playing a bit of cricket, and then I think I'm playing next weekend, and then I'm away to go and play over 50s as like replace the Gloucester games we didn't get. I'm up to play some over 50s in Tuncurry, which will be good. And I think a couple of mates, I know one of them's at least definitely playing. Gary Pyle, I'm not sure if you watch this, but I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks, mate, up at Tuncurry. I've seen that you're in one of the opposition sides. The sides listed had a lot of nicknames, so there might be a couple of guys there that I also know that are playing too. But I won't pick it up until I sort of have a look. Thank you. I'm going to go and upload this now because I've got like 7 messages from Jake on doing this. Going, are you doing the video? I want to watch it. I want to put on the big TV. He's really keen to watch it. He's going to be disappointed when he sees I'm picking on him, like, poor old Rubik's Cube. It actually is quite a good nickname. Just call him my big old Rubik. Yeah. Maybe it'll stick, and then we'll tease him forever the fact that he picked his own nickname because nobody loved him enough to give him one. See you, Jake. Love you, buddy. I'm your new favourite cricketer, mate. See ya. So there you go. That's how they